What would you be doing right now if you didn't follow your moral compass? Writing straight up lies on my resume as I look for new jobs. Just show up at your dream job and pretend you've been there for months. No joke, my dad got fired at Sam's Club and just went to another one and told him he got transferred, and they believed him. Literal fraud. Following proper precautions, I imagine it's very lucrative and pretty difficult to get caught when performing credit card fraud, but I can't imagine living with myself when stealing from regular people just like me. The key to being a criminal, specifically when it comes to fraud or theft, is knowing when to quit. I love reading about criminals that get away with things for years and then get lazy and then get caught. Need to know when to go straight. Pigs get fed, hogs get slaughtered. Telling certain patients to duck off. I want to take care of people. I don't want to be talked down to, yelled at, threatened, lied to for drugs, or so many other stupid things, all while smiling and biting my tongue. As a teacher, is also be telling some people, mostly parents, but sometimes students, to duck off. There are students who do things that annoy me or others without knowing/realizing that what they're doing is a problem. It can get tiresome, but that's part of being a teacher, is pointing that out and helping them learn. But there are also kids who do things on purpose just to annoy me/derail class/bug their classmates. I'd tell them to duck off. As a teenager, teachers need a lot more respect. Seeing how stupidly other kids treat the teachers, let alone parents. I had a history class where the teacher needed to give an hour-long speech on impulse control to 8th graders //, which changed nothing //. Unless you are actively mean to your students, you have my respect. Also, please take the effort to grade tests. As a student, test scores help me study for finals. I don't want to tell you how to do your job, but I needed to get that off my chest before the semester starts. I can't say exactly, but it starts with S and ends with selling drugs. Oh, you're stopping people from selling drugs. How good and law-abiding of you. Everybody loves a good vigilante. Well, at this moment in time I'd be doing the exact same thing. Staying up until 1 AM on Reddit. Simple yet self-destructive. Those are some rookie number, my friend. 3:49 AM here. Me at 7. I'm your la week. Absolutely wrecking some 12-year-olds Minecraft world. Absolutely wrecking some 12-year-olds, that's all I read. That's good you stopped there, because the rest of it was horrific. I'd be married to a guy who owned his own airplane courier company. He was boring as duck, but he was rich and into me. I could have used him for his money, but it just didn't feel right. I often think how my life might be different if I married the sugar mama I was dating. Yup, same. She's a doctor now. Sigh. Probably still waiting for my food at this restaurant. Edit. The food arrived and was fantastic as always. Edit 2. Want to clarify, I wasn't complaining about the wait. We had basically just gotten there when I commented lol. 32 minutes now. Have you received it yet? Don't leave us hanging. Edit. Typo. And 13 minutes more passed. I'm slowly starting to worry. I'd be in a car driving away from my kids, leaving my sick wife to deal with the 2 little lunatics. I'm so exhausted I just want to sleep for 12 hours and not have to break up constant fights/screaming crying about nothing. Bro, you alright? Not particularly, but there is nothing in the world money, friends or anything can do. This is one of those situations where you just need to bite down and ducking deal. I need to be there for my kids while my wife gets better. Hopefully I don't lose my job because I can't send them to daycare right now because testing is such a joke. The kids were up from 4 AM till 11:30 PM last night with no break really. My wife is on doctor's orders to not interact with them. The basement flooded. A tornado rolled through town. At least today they are asleep by 9 PM. Oh, I have to go clean literal shit off a bunch of maybe COVID-19 contaminated shit from a bunch stuff in the basement right now, and am high risk. Follow my pleasure instincts. Eat. Duck. Give into anger and probably murder. Duck, it's not my moral compass that is preventing me from that. You in jail, bro? Same. I'd have sugar daddies pay my rent and tuition. Seems like such a life hack. If you can actually pull this off, I'd say duck and go for it. If they are willing, duck and get that cash money, baby. From experience, a lot of people play games and act like they would. The moment you start getting serious, they will back off. Packing for school. My dad tested positive for COVID this morning, and although I haven't been in close contact, he just got home from vacation. I have to get tested, and it's recommended I quarantine 2 weeks regardless of the result. My college move-in day was supposed to be Saturday. I've been stuck at home for so long. Haven't seen my boyfriend in months. I was so ready to go, and this setback has me losing my mind. But my moral compass is telling me I shouldn't put people at risk, even if there's only a small chance of a false negative. I'm expecting to be negative. I wish everyone else actually took quarantine seriously. Whoop, that's rough. I really hope you don't get it too. Not giving up my life in my city to help my mother have a comfortable hospice in her home. Living like I'm just here for myself. You are brave and kind. And that is a true gift not only for your mother, but for yourself too. I hope and wish you are fine and can make an enjoyable life for yourself. Coinlander's a boring old biddy. You are more animal than man. That moment a relapse of spank therapy. Selling pics online. Your girl needs money. Congratulations. You've now pulled dozens of horny people that want to know why you choose to not sell nudes. Implying it wasn't on purpose. Pillaging, I guess. This made me think a moral compass has close to zero effect on my moderate actions, which are mostly conditioned by shallowness, apathy, fear and social stupidity. I'm not doing anything significantly unethical, not because I'm good, but because I'm dull. You'd be surprised. There are many small things in someone's day-to-day life that are affected by moral code. From making a mean comment online to deciding not to stuff yourself with ice cream. There are plenty of things you do and don't in your day-to-day life that betray and hint at the kind of person you think you should be. Stuffing myself with ice cream is more about self-preservation than morals. Oh. Yeah, nice try, FBI. Probably joining the neighbor in ducking his wife while Doom soundtracks are blasting in the background instead of listening to it from the neighborhood while smoking. Open your hell's gates, woman. Puts on condom with malicious intent. Getting laid. Since I do have a moral compass though, I'm sticking it out in my dead bedroom relationship. Hoping that one day, when he's not so stressed out from work, he might actually notice me. Yep, this one hits home. At least I've still got Bob. Bob go brrrrrr. Exactly the same. Even if I didn't have a moral compass, it'd still have a brain and sense of self-preservation, which means anything that I'd be more willing to do I still wouldn't due to the consequences. I've long since pondered if there is such thing as morals. What we consider moral has changed over time. Many times, it's all social constrictions and consequences. And we do have people who do things they shouldn't, but mostly because they feel they can, and for the most part do get away with it. But if we had no social guidelines, people would give in to their id and do things we consider immoral. Look at something as simple as slavery. It was perfectly acceptable and not considered immoral before, and it was normal. If you are one to argue we have an internal compass that makes us magically know what is good or bad, then that situation would have never come about. Not to the degree or normalcy it did. So yeah, morals are a social construct that change over time. Who knows what we will consider moral or immoral 10, 30 or 100 years from now. Morals are a social construct that change over time. I think you answered your own question with this statement. Morals do exist, but perhaps they exist as a social construct. We humans only really survive this long because we're social creatures. And while the level of sociability can vary from one person/culture to the next, cooperation and reciprocity play a large role in our success as a species. Morals, I think, are an extension of this. In order for us to all cooperate and make our society function in a peaceful and fruitful way, there are some things we can't do. You aren't cooperating with people in your own tribe if you're bashing them over the head. Carl. That being said, morality is a messy and complicated thing. You get into subjects such as risk vs benefit, for instance. In human research, objectivity vs subjectivity, culpability, all kinds of shit. That's why it's so heavily philosophized. Dead. I'd be really dead. Same. 100%. Realistically, due to my poor impulse control and my hypersexuality thanks to my borderline personality disorder and PTSD, I'd probably rob as many places as possible, have sex with prostitutes, go back to being an ecstasy addict, and hunt down and kill old friends and family who have broken my heart. Opted say no moral compass. I'd be a lawyer. Pen. Just because I drink and bowl now doesn't mean I couldn't have been a lawyer. I can't complain though. Not many people have had an action figure made of them. Probably kill myself to be honest. Every day feels the same as the last. I don't feel much anymore unless I do something risky, and I have no idea what I want to do with my life. I don't want to leave my girlfriend and parents like that though, so I haven't done it. I don't think I've been able to feel true happiness since I was a kid. I'm here with you, fam. I hope you can find something to make you happy again. I wouldn't wish this feeling on anyone. Get me a sugar daddy. Sleeping around as much as possible because it was fun and the thrill of it is hard to replace, said it. It's not a morality issue. I'm in a monogamous relationship. I love her very much and we have a good sex life. But you know, those past days were fun too. Shout out to the weird Christian guilt I still have about sex despite ditching that religion at like 14. High school could have been a lot more fun. Definitely get it if you can get it. Hell yeah. I wish I had let go of a bunch of hang-ups in high school. Cold slept around a lot more when I think back. Looking for the nearest attractive person to have sex with. Also burglary. Same thing, I'm now laying in bed endlessly browsing Reddit with no real sense of purpose or direction in life. Cutting drugs. I know some drug dealers and one of them offered me a job cutting / measuring and packing cocaine and heroin, but I turned it down. I would either have to cut it at their place, which is always at risk of being busted while in there, or at my place, which I just refuse to do. I have cats. I'm not risking them licking some of that shit up. It's just not worth the risk. And also I don't really want to have a hand in someone else's addiction. I don't do drugs or even drink. Because I grew up with a heroin addicted mother. I don't want to do that to someone else's kid. Till that cats can be useful. Huh, that guy seems to get new cats a lot. Maybe be balls deep in one of my coworkers. Cracking onto a married guy I know. Masturbating. Buddy, have I got some news for you. I don't know about you, but I don't think it's moral to spank it in front of kids. Not that anyone will see this, but I just need to tell anybody. I'd be leaving my family to deal with my father's death so that I can go and be in my own home by myself and completely switch off and actually grieve, but they need me. Same. But with my mom's cancer diagnosis, it would be healthier for me to not be around everyone else grieving. Just not give a duck about anyone and stop being nice. If you're stupid, I'll punch you. Modern medicine has gone too far. If natural selection don't cut it anymore, I will. I say the biggest problem with society today is we made a good bop to the nose something to be shunned. If more people knew that by acting a certain way they may end up on the bopped end of a bop to the nose, people would be much more polite. But then the people who are good at bopping people in the nose can take advantage of the people who aren't good at bopping people in the nose. It'd just be middle school bullies everywhere. Sleeping with a married man. My mom's been sleeping with a married man for years. He's my dad. Damn. You should tell her boyfriend. Honestly, Having sex with a woman. I don't know if in gay or bi or what, but I know him with a man, but I really want to have sex with a woman. If your current relationship goes bust, you should go for it. Worst case scenario, you don't like it. I would have cheated on multiple partners multiple times and would probably be enemies with my boyfriend's best friend. Definitely would have held a couple dozen people at gunpoint. Doing drugs and hooking up with each and every Tom and Mary. Ducking a married man. What if you already have and were simply unaware? I have before. Technically, they were separated and getting a divorce. Probably just rip my sister a new asshole, verbally for the most part, unless she gets violent, which she tends to do. She is racist, phobic, him out as pansexual, and has stolen from my mum probably about 28 times, and my somehow still lets her back. Sounds like there are no moral obligations preventing you from verbally correcting her behavior. My partner and I are both dieting today, so no booze or treats. If I had no moral compass, I would be drinking and eating whatever I wanted in front of them and ignoring their complaints. You're a good partner. Thanks on behalf of someone who wouldn't have the support. It really would mean the world. Sucks. Big time. But should be appreciated. Radical environmental terrorism. Your mom wouldn't want to cheat on your dad. Probably still sleeping with my ex. My friend's boyfriend. Invading Poland. Probably still living at home with my Catholic parents. Instead, I'm happily living with my transgender girlfriend and sleeping in the same bed while unmarried. The horror. If I had listened to the moral compass I grew up with, I'd still be miserable to the point of considering suicide. Yeah, but there's a difference between listening to the morals prescribed to you and your own internal morals. Obviously your morals were different. Sounds to me like you did follow your moral compass. Using social media as a platform to influence others with my strong moral compass. Apostrophe. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.